Cities are the largest contributor to energy consumption and climate change. The world's 20 megacities, each exceeding 10 million people, are responsible for 75% of the planet's energy use. 60% of the world will live in cities in 2030. Connected Urban Development was born from Cisco's participation in the Clinton Global Initiative to help reduce carbon emissions and improve energy efficiency.
The threat of climate change is very immediate. The big concern we have is that many people think climate change is something 2 decades from now. And all these dates we're hearing about targets in 2020 and 2050 are confusing the public that this is not an immediate challenge.
The problem that we're facing is, as others have said, the biggest that faces the planet in this century. And actually there is no one solution to this problem. You need lots and lots of solutions. This is clearly going to be one.
Connected Urban Development is a commitment that Cisco gave to the Clinton Global Initiative in 2006. And the commitment is about showcasing how pervasive broadband connectivity and ICT can help decrease CO2 emissions in large metropolitan areas.
Most attention in urban development has been directed to 3 sectors: buildings, energy, and mobility. It is evident that a 4th, equally important element must be addressed: information and communication technology, ICT.
What is important is that you can't do these things alone. So obviously we made an investment, but our prime partner in all of this has been the City of Amsterdam and the City of Almere. Both the City of Amsterdam and the City of Almere are deploying a high-end broadband network, a fiber-to-the-home network, which provide the kind of connectivity for solutions as the ones that we're trying to create right now.
Projects that use broadband could save 1 billion tons of greenhouse gases over 10 years, representing 11% of annual oil imports. The CUD program initially involves 3 cities: San Francisco, Amsterdam, and Seoul. These cities were selected because each had implemented or planned to execute a next-generation broadband infrastructure.
The premise of pervasiveness of broadband is really changing how planners, urban planners look at delivering buildings, delivering roads, integrating transport systems, and they're looking at how then they are able to communicate with the travelling public or with the business user.
The Smart Work Center is one of the pilots, one of the projects coming out of the Connected Urban Development Program. It brings together a number of services that help to optimize a day in the life of a worker. So some of those things are technology related. You want to have real high-end connectivity. You may want to have telepresence type of facilities, which is actually featured in Smart Work Centers.
Well, telepresence is very simply the ability for people to have a face-to-face meeting across the continents of the world in a way that truly reduces time and space.
So rather than traveling or rather than using physical goods, we use the internet, we use broadband to deliver those things virtually. And I think that can reduce CO2 emissions by as much as 15% or even greater.
The result of these projects will be the blueprint of best practices that other cities can reference in the second phase of the programme, which will focus on scaling CUD benefits to other cities around the globe.
That would never have happened if the private and public sector hadn't come together. The private sector on their own can't do it, the public sector on their own can't do it. Bring them together, change regulations, give incentives for people to travel less, and you start to see a different way that people want to work in the future.